we continue with our study of simultaneous equations. We are continuing with our study of simultaneous equations. Remember, we define simultaneous equations to be two pairs or a pair of linear equations that have the values of the unknown in both equations the same. So a pair of linear equation in which the value of the unknown in the first is same as the value of the unknown in the second. We call them what? Simultaneous equation. And we said we use substitution, we use elimination. All this while I've been trying to go with my elimination method. So we'll be looking at equation under the substitution method. In substitution, we simply mean to remove one and replace it with another. I have a black marker here. I can easily remove this marker, keep it down, and bring another marker, which is a red marker now. So it can be said that I have substituted my black marker for a red marker. Substitution simply means to replace one value with another. So when we say substitution, don't try to look at this the big grammar. It's a simple replacement of one value for the other. So in this case, we have 4x minus y is equals to 17. Then y is equals to x minus 2. This question is already poised for the substitution method. So I remember I said in substitution, you just remove one value, replace it with the other. So we notice that in equation 2, like we can see, y is given the value of x minus 2. So what do? I take the value of y to be x minus 2. Listen very carefully now. When you take the value of y in equation 2, you substitute it in equation 1. The mistake people make is to take the value from equation 2 and put it in equation 2 again. So if I choose to take the value from equation 1, I will put it in equation 2. If I take it from equation 2, of course, I will put it in equation 1. Very important. So in this case, we have y is equals to x minus 2. And we're taking it from equation 2, meaning that it will come back to equation what? 1. So I will say put y equals to x minus 2 in equation 1. Don't ever make the mistake of taking it from equation 2 and putting equation 2 back. So if I choose to take it from equation 1, of course, it can never be in equation 1. I cannot put it in equation 1 again. I must put it in equation what? 2. So in this case, I have the value to be taken from equation 2 going into equation what? 1. Very important. So I have y is x minus 2, meaning that this y, I will remove it now and replace it with what? X minus 2. So in this case, I have 4x minus y is now x minus 2. So I can simply say x minus 2. But the bracket is very important again, because the effect of this negative sign will actually affect this sign. So if you just put it without putting the bracket, it might omit adjusting the negative sign, which will give you a wrong answer at the end. So it's equals to 17. So I can have that 4x is equals to 4x minus x, then negative, we'll change this to positive. So I have plus 2 is equals to 17. So I can have 4x minus x is equals to 17 minus 2. That's the positive 2 coming over to this side to become a negative 2. All right. So in this case, I have 3x is equals to 15, meaning that x is equals to 15 over 3, which gives us what? 5. Then we can now pull the value of x being 5 and put it back to any of them. Now, right now, you have the right to choose from any of the equations you wish to. So it's not a must now you put it in any particular one. Once you get the value of the first unknown, you have the freedom to put it anywhere. So I can choose equation 2. I can simply say y is equals to x minus 2. So we are going to put that put s equals to 5, that's the value we got here, in equation 2. And equation 2 is what I just listed for you. That is this. So s is 5. So I'm saying y is 5 minus 2. Remember our s is now 5. So I remove this s and replace it with 5. 5 minus 2, that is say y is equals to what? 3. Okay? We will try to look at word problems. I will be doing more on word problems from my next series. So for now, I would like us to this question to illustrate the word problems relating to simultaneous equations. Of course, we can use either of our substitution or your elimination method in solving. So we have 2 pens and 3 books cost 110 naira. So we can say let our pen be P, and let our B be books. So I can simply interpret this statement to mean that when I bring 2 pens, then add it to 3 pens, the cost, of course, will give me 110 naira. So I formed the equation 1 from that first statement. Then the second statement says, and the cost of a book is 3 times the cost of a pen. So we can say that 1 book is equal to 3 pens. The cost of 1 book is equal to the cost of 1 book is the same thing as the cost of 3 pens. So assuming 1 book is 20 naira. Sorry, assuming 1 book is maybe 60 naira, then this one should be divided by 3 to get the cost of a pen. That is to say, the pen now is when you divide the cost of a book by 3, you get the cost of a pen. Of course, you know that when 3 comes here, it divides. So whenever we get the cost of a pen, a book, we can divide it by 3 to get the cost of a pen. So we can say from this equation 2 now, we know that P is equal to 3P. So I will use my substitution. Notice that it is already easier to use a substitution method now, since my B is already the subject of the formula. I can say put B is equal to 3P in equation 1. Remember we said pick it from equation 2, put it in equation 1. So in this case, I have 2P plus 3. I'm using B here, so this should be B. 3P plus 2B, and our B is 3P. Of course, this is 3B, so I'm saying 3, and we know that B is 3P. So I'm saying 3B is now equals to 3 times 3P is equals to 110. So I'm saying 2P plus 9P is equals to 110, meaning that 11P is equal to 110 divided by 11, which is what? On 10, which is 10 naira. So I've gotten the cost of 1 pen. Cost of 1 pen is what? 10 naira. Cost of 1 pen is 10 naira. That's our P is 10 naira. Then remember we said when we get the cost of pen, we multiply it by 3 to get our B. So we can say to get our B, we say 3 times our P, which is 10. So our book will cost what? 30 naira for 1. Then the question said we should find the cost of 4 pens. So 4 times 10, of course the cost of pen is 10, plus the cost of 6 books. 6 books will give us 6 times what? 6 times 30, which will give us 180 on this spot, plus 40 here. Meaning that the cost of 4 pens and 6 books will give us what? 220 naira. Thanks for your time. Next time, we'll continue with our word problems. Of course, all questions we'll be solving this time will be word problems. We'll try to convert our word problems to equations, and then apply either of elimination method and substitution method. Thanks for your time. Keep on studying. God bless you.